What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again for another video. You already know what time it is. I got some Invincible news to share with you all. I've ran across a very interesting article that I wanted to just share, read live on the camera. This is from Robert Kirkman himself, and it's actually some interesting details regarding season 2 of Invincible. Now, you remember when I shared that news with you all, saying that the first 4 episodes were actually going to be all they're going to be premiering later on November 3rd, and they're going to like split it, and then they're going to wait for a while until they premiere the rest of the season. Now, I thought that was because of the strike. There's been a lot of things going on because of the strike, and there was actually a couple reports that it happened because of the strike. That might still be, and maybe they're just saying this to try to save face, make it sound more interesting. Either way, this is definitely something that I want to share with you all because it makes you wonder what exactly is he talking about, and we'll speculate later. But here in this article we got on Game Rant, Robert Kirkman says from this article written by Matt John, Invincible Season 2, the real reason why it takes a mid-season break. Invincible Season 2 will take a mid-season break, and Robert Kirkman said there are multiple reasons why fans will want to take time off. 1. Invincible Season 2 will go on hiatus after its 4th episode to give viewers time to process the shocking events that take place. Now, when I saw that, that's what made me want to make this video. Okay, what are you talking about? What shocking events could he be alluding to? You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, my phone like to act stupid and don't like to act right when it's time to act right. So I was trying to go to the next bullet point, but you know, I had to reload the whole website because it didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the next thing it says is the mid-season break is a narrative decision that adds impact and allows for a pause so that the audience can digest the story. And the third one that it says the hiatus will coincide with the busy holiday season, ensuring that the show doesn't get lost in the shuffle and making the subsequent episodes hit harder. Now, I know there's a lot of shows that tend to do this. Usually when there's like a very impactful episode, they might take like a week break or like a 2-week break or something like that. But I don't know how long this break is going to be. So maybe, like I said, they're just saying this so that it can sound better and it won't look bad. But I don't know. I personally don't want it to take a break. As long as we've been waiting for season 2, I think it'd benefit them to just give us everything. I mean, we already know we're gonna have to wait for season 3. They did say not as long, you know what I'm saying? But we've waited enough for Invincible. I don't think they should do a break. Now, what does make me wonder is the episode 4 that they're talking about. What is going to happen at the end of this episode 4 that's going to be so impactful and so epic that we need a break? One thing that I can definitely think of is that the return of Omni-Man. Now, spoiler alert, in the comics, when Omni-Man and Invincible reconnect, it's an epic moment. It's kind of shocking. You wasn't expecting it at all. And you think it's going to lead to a brutal exchange of fisticuffs. But what happens is a very emotional moment where Invincible just flies into his father's arms and hugs him, crying because he actually misses his dad. But what happens shortly after that is that about 3 or 4 Viltrumites just pull up out of nowhere, bringing the smoke because they found out that Omni-Man was actually hiding on that planet. And see, not only does Nolan has trouble with Earth and the betrayal that he did with all of them and how he just left them, he also has to deal with his own people and the Viltrumite Empire, because he was actually supposed to take out Earth and get it ready for Viltrumite rule. He wasn't supposed to just leave like that. So he displayed weakness by doing that, and they actually want to you know what I'm saying? They want to bring him in, take him on trial, execute him, whatever, what might have you. They want him to pay for his, you know, inadequacies for handling the situation when he was on Earth. So they're actually looking for him. They show up around the same time that Invincible is with his dad, and a brutal fight ensues with Mark and his father versus like 3 other Viltrumites. It's awesome. Like it's brutal as fuck. And we also get introduced to a couple of other characters on the Viltrumite side of things. So, you know, that's why I'm interested to see if this episode is going to get adapted in season 2. It's probably definitely, this whole scenario that I'm talking about definitely is going to come in season 2. But what they're saying that, you know, episode 4, little epic ending, going to need a break for what's going to happen next, has me wondering, does this episode and scenario that I'm laying out to you guys, does it have anything to do with episode 4? We're gonna see. But I think that's probably the most likely thing to happen, unless it's more tied to something that's gonna be with Angstrom Levi and maybe his transformation, because I know there's gonna be a build up to that as well, you know, when he's trying to actually get the Mauler twins to help him, you know, do that experiment to put the other versions of himself, their minds inside of his, so that he'll have knowledge of all the other dimensions and stuff like that. That actually could be build up to that, and maybe when that all culminates and the experiment is happening and the fight happens between the Mauler twins and Invincible, which makes the whole experiment go to shit and, you know, gives birth to Angstrom Levi and his villainy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's it. Or, since they said it's super shocking, I'm gonna take it even a step further. Maybe that happens already. He's already Angstrom Levi, because we're not sure how the pacing is, but there's also a very brutal, intense moment that's most likely going to get adapted in this season, where Angstrom Levi actually, well, it could be this season or next season, but I know it's going to happen. Like I said, I'm not sure how they're going to do it with the pacing, hour-long episodes. They can get through a lot of content. I don't know. But another one of the shocking endings they could go for is that maybe Angstrom Levi, he's already the villainous Angstrom Levi at this point. He actually attacks Mark's mom. Mark loses it, tackles him through one of his dimensional portals, and ends up beating him near death. I'm talking about Mark beats the fuck out of Angstrom Levi. Just bing, 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 bing. No screaming. Ah! You know what I'm saying? His arms are just covered in blood and guts, and Angstrom's face just turned into mush. Like his entire brain and face and everything just got peeled back. I don't know how he survived that, you know what I'm saying? But he managed to live by the skin of his teeth, or what was left of them. And then he got stitched back together, and he had permanent scars from the incident. But when he came back, he brought the smoke, and that's what led to the Invincible War. But I'm getting ahead of myself. They could actually cut the episode 4, when Mark beats Angstrom Levi to near death and actually gets shocked at the realization that he's covered in blood and maybe he's taken things too far. I remember how I read that in the book. I was like, damn. And if they animate that right, they could shock all of us, and Mark can be equally as shocked. Stephen Ewing is doing an amazing job with the voice performance, bringing him to life. So it would be interesting to see how he reacts to such a critical and intense moment in his superhero career, beating his arch nemesis within an inch of his life. Like, I'm telling you, it was an intense scene, and if they animate it, they can make it even better. Maybe that will be the halfway point where they choose to stop the season. I don't know. It all depends on how they pace this out, and you know, where they're at in the story at the point in time at the end of episode 4. So I don't know. This is all just speculation. What do you guys think? Either way, this is a very interesting detail that I'm glad that I brought and shared with you guys today. Got more videos on the way, so stay tuned for those. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Subscribe for more content like this. You already know what time it is. I'm trying to get to 1K and shoot further past that and beyond. So you already know what time it is, man. Support your boy. I love y'all. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. And until next time, guys, peace.